Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Let's go. Let me set her up real quick. There we go. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy John. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic Wednesday evening. At least it's evening time for us here in the city of New York. What's going on, y'all? Get in the chat, get involved. And of course, let us know how you guys are liking the news about the new content schedule. I don't know what I went content started scratching there a little bit. What's going on, y'all? You're gonna have to forgive me. We are in a new era, a new dawn of the Good Vibes John content space. I've been thinking about this for a long time now. I've been thinking about this for a while because I've been thinking a little bit about what to do with respect to the content side of things. You know, as for those of you that's been joining me for the longest, from my day one, shouts out to y'all. Y'all know that I started all of this because my main goal as a content creator was to, you know, make content for the sake of meeting Park. And while that sort of goal has evolved over the years, the objective still remains the same. I still want to meet Park, and that's obviously something that I think will forever be on my bucket list of accomplishments and things of that nature. But yeah, so like I said, it's been something that I've been thinking about how to re-strategize and organize myself and do a lot of these things. And I didn't want to do one of these things where I was like, hey, I'm going to do it and, you know, not show up for it. So, yeah, it's taken me some time to think about the schedule. I will adhere to the schedule to the best of my abilities, unless my job warrants me to, you know, come into the office or do something else. And then at that point, then I'm sort of, you know, screwed because then I have to go to work. But our schedule going forward will be as follows. We will be dropping YouTube exclusive Monday's YouTube exclusive podcast. I don't know on Mondays. Let's start off with Mondays. We'll be starting off our new podcast series. It will be a YouTube exclusive, and you guys can come find that on youtube.com/@goodvibesjohn. I haven't really fully decided on how I'm going to structure the theme of the podcast, but it is going to be free flowing. It's probably going to be centered around the things that I want to talk about the most. Now, a lot of you, for the years that you've been supporting me, you guys seem to enjoy a lot more of when I'm on my hosting thing, which of course you guys know that's always been something that I much rather do. I love being a host, and I love speaking to people, and I love more than anything listening to people. So that podcast is dropping every Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. With respect to the duration and the topic and the structure, you guys will see when the first episode drops this coming Monday. Now, Tuesdays, we're going to try and do our utmost best to do our live streams at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, here's a bit of an issue because there is a chance that I might be going back into the office on Tuesdays. I have scheduled it so that I can get back in time and get back home in time to be able to set myself up to be going live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But, you know, you never know with the schedule and things like that. But it will be on Tuesday for sure. So that's locked in. Wednesday, we're going to be doing the call-in live shows. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing these for in terms of, you know, the duration of time, but I definitely want to continue these because you guys have enjoyed these for a while, and I've never really had the time to kind of set myself up to do this in terms of the structure and stuff because, you know, I wanted to do it right, you know, and I tried a bunch of iterations. I tried the StreamYard, I tried the Discord, I tried a bunch of things, but I think we're going to be proceeding with the Discord. So for those of you guys that are joining me today now, for your chance to get on the call, I'm going to post this one more time, and I'm going to post this on Instagram as well. For your chance to get on the call, make sure you get on the Discord page and join in the waiting room. And depending on the timing and whatever it may be, your chance to join us on this show will be much more contingent upon whether you are on the Discord group or Discord channel or not, really. But yeah, so Wednesday is going to be the call-in show, and then on Thursday we're going to be dropping the start of our brand new series, which I can't wait to share with you guys. But we're still kind of in the sort of the production phase. So in that sense, we're still not quite there yet. I haven't really decided what to do until the new show is launching, but we're gonna launch, and when it launches, y'all gonna have a great time enjoying it because we're putting in a lot of time and effort into making this happen. So that's coming for you guys real soon. And of course, in the weekends will be the watch-alongs. We're going to be also doing watch-alongs on the weekdays as well, depending on the game. For example, the MLS matches that I'm going to be really covering and focusing on much more going forward into the next season. We're going to be doing those on the weekday evenings. So, yeah. Anyways, without further ado, let's get straight into today's show. Because today's show is the first of our call-in show. Well, the first official launch. We've done a bunch of these, but now it's going to be the official launch of it. Here is the graphic that I prepared for it. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Y'all ready? Oh, boy. Yo, I am not a Photoshop expert, but I made this. I'm proud. You know what I mean? And you know what? As a matter of fact, screw it. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys all the other graphics we've been working on. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can show you this. Hold up. Okay, let me see. Okay, here we go. Watch this. Y'all ready for this? This is the graphic that I made for the next watch along. You ready? Aye! Tell me that looks clean. Tell me that looks fire. I designed that myself. I'm so proud of the fact that I don't even do Photoshop, and I made that. Right? Look at this, man. So we're leveling up here. We're leveling up. Yeah? Anyways, today we're going to get in on the call show. So like I said, if you guys are going to join us on the Discord page. It looks like there's Sean Park, thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate you. I got to figure out how to lower that a little bit. That absolutely just ripped into my eardrum. But it looks like we already have one or two people waiting in the Discord group. So get yourselves joined up there if you want to get involved in today's conversation. Let me see what the chat's saying today. Let's see. MC the Jimin joining us. She says, what's up? It's 8 a.m. from Korea. What's going on, my man? Thank you so much. Okay, Ida joining us. What's going on? Okay, Ida. Long time no chat, broski. How you doing? Happy joining us. He says, much love, Habibi. Thank you so much. Liverpool video says, hey, John, I love you leveling up on your already amazing content. Is this because you've had more time recently? Because I know you have had a lot of work with your 9 to 5, so I'd love to see you full of energy to do this. Hope you're full-time soon. Hey, Liverpool videos, thank you for the kind words. So kind of you to come join us and speak so highly and speak so warmly of what we've been doing here. So grateful. In regards to your question, no, I've actually had less time these days. But for me, as much as time is the most important, most valuable resource for me, I think for me, you got to figure out some way, however way, to make something happen. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much I sit here and say, oh, guys, I'm running out of time. I don't have time in the day and whatever. If I squeeze it out somewhere, I'll figure it out. So it's something that I've been mulling on for quite some time. And I said, you know what, screw it. We're going to go live with a new schedule. And yeah, here we are. So thank you so much. Appreciate you for that. And you in the chat says, in the voice chat says that I'm waiting. Am I doing this right? You are doing this right. I'm about to bring you in because you've been waiting here for a minute, my man. But of course, like I said, we're gonna. This is a work in progress. Y'all come joining us on Discord. Make sure you guys have clean audio. You don't need a hot setup like this. I just need you guys to be in an isolated space. There's not enough background noise going on. You know what I mean? I don't have production levels of editing. This is what comes out here is what's gonna go back to y'all on a content side of things. So if you guys join me and all I hear is you're out, I'm gonna get production to get you out. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure you're in a quiet, isolated space. I remember doing one of the calling shows and somebody was like, bro, if I can't, my house is so loud, I had to do this call in the bathroom. Broski, that's incredible. If you feel like that's the best place for you to get quiet audio, go ahead, sit on top of the toilet. That's what I do sometimes when I need quiet audio. You know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, let's get into it. Let's see. Let's bring in, actually, let me just, I completely forgot to address the Instagram community. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm obviously a little bit pooped from work, but I'm getting into it. I've had my third cup of coffee. We're locked in. Dave TY in the chat this evening. John, hope you're good, mate. Thank you so much for joining us, Dave. Appreciate you. Carter DJN said, John, who's the best back three at United? Right now, I think the best back three is playing. Luke Shaw, Matthias de Ligt, and Lenny Yaro. Yeah. But in an ideal world, somebody like Alessandro Martinez joins us. And of course, somebody like Alessandro Martinez gets back into shape and gets back into the rhythm of the game, and hopefully he gets back to his best, because when we saw Lisandro Martinez at his best, it was absolutely sensational. You know what I mean? But yeah, Sean Park in the chat says, are you coming to soccer pop-up at Pele Times Square? I am going to be going to some event at Pele's soccer at Times Square. I have no idea what the date and time was. I just know I got invited to one, and I checked my calendar, and I said, I think I have time, so I'm going to be going. I do know it's hosted by Mustafa and Kevin. Shouts out to the homies, and I'm going to be going to that. But, hey, Leo's goes in the chat. What's going on, Leo? What's going on? Sending love and strength, and saying he's, honestly, Leo, working on the production side of things. He's got a bunch of people helping me out. It's been quite the insane past few weeks. But yeah, we're producing. We're producing. Yeah. But yeah, let's bring on our first guest today for the evening. If you guys want to join up, get in our Discord page. The links are in the bio. Super simple. Get on Discord, and of course, just wait in the waiting room. Laugh till you pee says, is that new glasses, Young? Laugh till you pee. Thank you noticed. Can you see the brand here? Simon joining us. What's going on? Rod joining us. All right, let's not waste some time. Let me bring on the guest right here. All right, you are live right now. Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me. Hold on. This is where we test things out. Yeah, this is where we test things out. Hang on, y'all. Yub, can you hear me? Okay. Here we go. The problem here is I can't hear you. Hang on, Yub. Hang on. Yub, can you hear me?
I can.
Yes, I can hear you now, Yub. Thank you for joining us, Yub. Okay, cool. Yub, before anything else, I'm looking at your Discord picture. I can't tell who that is.
No.
Who's that?
It is Desiree Douay. No.
It's Desiree Douay. All right, cool. Anyways, what's going on? You talk to me.
I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah. I know the profile picture is Douay, but I'm actually a Chelsea fan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Can I ask you?
I'll be real.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go on. I was like going through Instagram and jumping through Instagram and Discord on my phone, and I think I forgot to see the part of saying like what we're gonna do on the call. So if you can just kind of like recap that.
Honestly,
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're great. This is fine. There's no topic at all. What we kind of want to do is leave this space to be able to talk about everything and anything to the best of my abilities, at least. If there's something that I'm not well versed on or well knowledgeable on, I will tell you I don't really know too much about it. But if there's anything that you'd like to hear from me, or if you want to talk about anything with me, given the amount of time that there is for your time, we're more than happy to chat.
Yeah, perfect. No, that's great.
So if you have any questions, if you want to get anything involved, you want to talk to me about anything, you want to talk to me about football, you want to talk to me about life, you want to talk to me about anything that you want, as long as it's appropriate, we'll discuss that here.
I just want to say first and foremost, do love the content. I also make content myself. It's under After the Whistle. I know, shameless plug, but I don't know. I think you also inspire me on content wise with humor, football, anything like that. So I just kind of want to say that really quickly.
Awesome. So you mentioned that you do content. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, awesome. Well, can I ask you what kind of content you do?
Football content, reacts, skits, whatever kind of just pops up to mind. Mainly content, but also other sports.
Okay, cool. Like that. Cool. I have a question. May I ask you what was your inspiration? What made you want to start content?
Content, right. I always just loved talking about football, even from like a younger age.
Okay.
And I feel like I wanted to get my love for football out there at one point. So then I think in March of 2023, I started a podcast. And for a year, I did that. And then I kind of not sacked it off, but I kind of stopped doing that. In my head, I was doing 30 minutes every Friday of a podcast. And like, yeah, my friends and family were in on it, but also I still wanted to get like, I wanted to push to a wider audience. So then I switched to short form on Instagram, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
Awesome. Well, look, I get asked quite a lot from many folks, young and old, like, hey, I want to start content. I want to do football content. I want to do, content on Instagram or YouTube or wherever. And my question always to them is, why do you want to do it? And I think that needs to be clear, and everybody can have different reasons. You can want to do content because you love talking about football, like you said, or you can want to do content because you just want to do social media. You think it's cool and you think it's fun interacting with people online, building up an audience, building up a community. Whatever your reason is, you need to make sure that is vivid, that is clear. And for you, it sounds to me like you are clear on what you want to do because you love talking about football. Now, you said you're a Chelsea fan, right, you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, while I have you here, maybe I'd like to ask you, how do you feel about Chelsea so far this season?
Okay. Uh, of course, coming off of like the back of the Club World Cup, winning 3-0, I was like had like my expectations like really high. Like I was like guaranteed top four, possible title charge in my head before the start of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go into the season, draw to Crystal Palace at home, first game, beat West Ham 5-1. And the third game, if I'm not mistaken, I need to fact check myself because I don't have those off the top of my head. Just right now checking. But I think right now if I'm saying right now, I'm still confident on the top four. Title charge still not there because I think Arsenal's been insane this season.
Mm-hmm.
City looks like they're back to their best, but also, uh, but I feel like there's like certain games where like it's literally just off of one big mistake that changes the whole game. Bayern in the Champions League, I thought we were good. Every goal Bayern scored against Chelsea, off a mistake. Like if we just get that out of the team,
Mm-hmm.
then we can push for a title or anything. And
Really?
then red card against no, okay, maybe of course there's a lot more to it, but I just think we need like a solid center back as well, alongside Wesley Fofana until Colwell comes out, which is insane to me because we did spend so much money and we still need like reinforcements.
Mm-hmm.
I think our midfield and attack is solid. I do still think the attack is still slightly lacking without Palmer,
Sure.
but with players like Esteval and João Pedro, and even Garnacho now, like I'm not the biggest Garnacho guy, but they've been like pulling their weight to be honest right now. But I don't know. I do think this team is a little too inconsistent as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what every game, not every game, but red card against United lost, red card against Brighton lost. Uh, we barely beat Lincoln City in the cup. Red card against Benfica, even that was a bad game. But then after the Liverpool game, the 2-1 Esteval goal, I think we've been solid. Apart from the Sunderland game, I think we've been solid. So I do think we're getting back on track, but it was a slow start.
Okay. Well, I mean, right at this moment in time, Chelsea are sitting third in the Premier League table. They're 2 points behind City, and of course 6 points behind the league leaders, Arsenal, at this moment in time. You mentioned title charge briefly there, but before we go into anything like that, I want to ask you a little bit about Garnacho. I know you mentioned the fact that you're not really too keen on Alejandro Garnacho, but there's a lot of fans here that are watching that are probably Manchester United fans and would probably be interested in hearing from a Chelsea fan's perspective what your thoughts are with respect to Garnacho joining the club.
Mhm. From the beginning, maybe not beginning, because that's really harsh. Since the last season, uh, I wasn't the biggest fan of Garnacho. Of course, he was like breaking out to the team, and when you guys won the FA Cup, I believe, in which year? Which season was that?
2 years ago.
Yeah, like that season, and when he started to break out, I was like, oh, this is a great player, and like benefit United a lot. But then, and then last season comes round, and then it looks like he has like bad tension with Robert Amorim, has bad tension with the fans, with the club. Doesn't seem like his head is in the game. And I was like, I wouldn't want this guy on my team per se. And also at the time we still had Madueke.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember debating this with my friends.
Okay.
We were like, I also have a friend who's also a Man United fan. I was like, we were like, who's better, Madueke or Garnacho? And I was like defending Madueke. And then now I'm seeing it in person that we've sold Madueke to Arsenal, who's also been decent before the injury. And now that we've got Garnacho, I was personally one of the people who really didn't like the transfer
Okay.
because A, I liked Madueke a lot more, and B, I just didn't know how much effort Garnacho was gonna put in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Especially coming off of like what he did at United. And last game he was great. He got 2 assists against Wolves. That's been his best performance by far, I think. Uh, got a goal against Karabakh in the Champions League, which
Uh-huh.
was again great performance. And then scored his first goal against Sunderland. So he's been on a good run of he's been on a good run of games the past 3. But before that, I just feel like he was a little lackluster, inconsistent. But I feel like now he's starting to get in his rhythm.
Okay.
And even if I didn't want him to join in the first place, I'm still gonna back him because he is now a Chelsea player at the end of the day. Yeah, I just hope he succeeds now.
I love that last part you mentioned there. You know, whether you liked him or not, the fact that you're still gonna back him because he's a Chelsea player. I think that's very important. And if I may deduce or make some assumptions, you sound to me like you're a lot younger. And while
Yes.
age might be,
Right.
it doesn't matter though, because you sound very mature and you sound very well versed in the field of expertise when it comes
Thank
to
you.
Chelsea. And before we let you go, maybe would like to ask you one more question with respect to Chelsea. Where do you see Chelsea finishing this season? I know this is obviously very, very early days, but do you see Chelsea
Of course.
finishing top 4, top 6, top 10?
I'm confident on the top 10.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hope it doesn't get lower than that. I do think we will get top 4, and with each game, I am getting more and more confident. But I do think our next 2 games, of course, we play Burnley on the weekend after the international break. Then we have Barca and Arsenal back to back,
Mm-hmm.
and those 2 games, I feel like I can't give a definitive answer now, but I feel like after those 2 games, I would like have a more of an understanding because like Barcelona, of course, really good team, but also this year haven't looked at their best, and Arsenal, best defensive team in the league. They've looked insane in defense, midfield, and attack. So I think after those 2 games, I'll give more of a definitive answer. But I feel like right now, top 4 is definitely. I feel like the top 4 is definitely the expectation right now,
Okay.
and title charge is still too early.
Okay, give me a number right now. Give me a number. Come the end of the season, where are Chelsea finishing? Give me a number right now.
I'll say 3rd.
Hey,
Where we are right now.
Okay, all right.
I'll say 3rd.
That's awesome, man. I'm happy for you, and continue to keep doing your thing. Before you leave, do you want to plug your channel one more time here?
Yes. Okay. Thank you for actually letting me do this. It is After the Whistle on Instagram. It's not the biggest, I know. It's like on 200 followers. But if you search up After the Whistle, it is a blue profile picture with a red whistle in the middle. It is that one. Please go follow.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, you guys are always welcome to come join us whenever, wherever. Thank you once again,
Of course. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you. Hey, yo, guys, W's in the chat for you, man. W's in the chat for you. What a good guy. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. This is what I'm talking about. Absolutely love listening to folks like that. I'm just trying to see if I can find his page. He was mentioning. I just want to look for it real quick. Just want to make sure that maybe I might have to find it a little bit later. But yeah, guys, W's in the chat for you, man. A Chelsea fan. Love listening to him talk. Clearly can tell that he knows what he's talking about with respect to Chelsea. Ashwath, Glenn, showing love to you as well. Yeah, obviously this is the first episode that we're setting up, so people are gonna need some time to know that we're going live on Wednesday evenings, and of course, many of you guys that are joining me are from the UK, so yeah, we're gonna keep doing these, man. Right now, at this moment in time, we don't have anybody in the waiting room, but there's nothing wrong with that. I'll just keep yapping along, and if there's anybody else that joins us along the way, why not? You know, this is a show in progress. You know, Khan says you don't believe that Chelsea finishes 3rd as well. Nah, I don't. I personally don't. But there's nothing wrong with you coming on here and you know, giving his thoughts about Chelsea. You know, he seems like he's very well versed, and he mentioned the tough games coming up. I think he mentioned Arsenal, and I think it was Barcelona. I can't remember the other game that he mentioned, but he's absolutely spot on because we're at this critical phase of the season where those big games can really make or break and dictate the next real run that a team can go on, especially if a team is in that top echelon, so like a Chelsea or a City or an Arsenal or whichever, you know. Mapuka Puka says, put the info in the chat. Yeah, Yub, if you're still watching or if you're still listening, put the link in the chat, man. Put the link in the chat. We got some callers joining us here, so let's see. We're bringing the next yes. Let's see if I can do this here. All right, CS10M, can you hear me?
Hey John, this is Ashwath.
Ashwath, what's going on, Ashwath? Talk to me, man.
Nothing much. Just was huge fan of you. Just wanted to say that because I've been following you since Full Time Devils. So it's a huge honor just to talk to you.
Hey, Ashwath, before you say anything else, you know, I just want the chat to know that there's no production in the back telling people to join up and talk about all the nice things. You know, you guys are just joining me, making me smile and all this stuff. I want to hear some football stuff, Ashwath. Let's get right into it, yeah? Talk to me about anything you'd like to ask, you want to talk about, any topics. Let's get into it.
So just wanted to know your personal opinion. Do you think we would get into Champions League? Because yes, I know that we are playing well and we have a very good run of form in upcoming next 5 to 6 games. But I still feel that it's gonna be a very, like we'll have a lot of peaks and troughs, so slopes. So I feel like it's gonna be a bit tough for Champions League. I know I don't like to be the bummer, but that's what I feel. What do you think?
Well, Ashwath, I've made my thoughts known to the world that Manchester United this season, obviously, while it's still a transition season, I do believe we have everything in our locker to finish in the top 4. And I think it's contingent upon 2 things. One, it's making a move in the January transfer market. I still am very, 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 very certain that Manchester United, if we can bring in a DM, I'm not talking about, you know, a DM that is, with the greatest respect, average. I'm talking about a decent, good DM that clearly is going to improve this side of a proper 6. If we can bring in a proper 6 in the January transfer window, I think we can definitely finish in the top 4 without a doubt. I am so certain on that. I think Manchester United at this moment in time, if we're looking at the areas that I think we need to address at this moment immediately, it's the 6 and it's the left wing back position. The left wing back position, obviously, I think it requires a little less importance because at this moment in time, I think we are literally 1 or 2 injury away in midfield from our season, you know, struggling, suffering. And I think we need to bring in a DM. I know there's been some conversations about Elliot Anderson, and there's been conversations about Adam Wharton. There's been conversations about even Conor Gallagher. You know, there's obviously lots of conversations about 6s all across the market in the January transfer window. But as you may know, Ashwath, it's very difficult to make these kinds of moves. But what do you think? What do you think about the potential signings in the January transfer window? Or do you even agree or disagree with me at all?
Yeah, I do agree, but it's very tough to get a very good player in January transfer window. That's what I believe. And yes, we did luck out in some of the very good January transfer window that we had, but that's pretty much it. In terms of Elliot Anderson, I recently saw one of the stories in which Tuchel said to him that if you just follow what you're doing right now, you will get a spot in World Cup. So if I'm in the shoes of Elliot Anderson per se, I would rather be in Forest at least till the summer, so that I don't change any of my way of working. So that, let's say, it's a huge credit to Nottingham Forest. They are a really good team, but when it comes to United, then it's a huge different scenario itself. So if I was in his place, I would be feeling like, hey, do I need to take this step right away, or shall I wait till at least till the summer? So, and that makes sense. So my personal take is, we do need a 6, but I'm not sure if anyone would be coming, like the big guys, like your Balebas, your Andersons. Maybe Conor Gallagher is someone I do feel is more feasible, but that's pretty much it, at least in the January transfer window.
Yeah, I think Conor Gallagher. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not the biggest fan of Conor Gallagher, but he is a decent player at the end of the day. I used to be a huge
Yeah.
fan, but I was actually quite disappointed at how things fell apart for him. Not fell apart. Sorry, that might be a bit of a stretch, but I do think that there is a decent player there. I'm just not fully convinced. I would much rather prefer an Adam Warren or an Elliot Anderson, but exactly like you said, with the conditions that you and the circumstances that you've outlined there for us, I think if we can bring in a Conor Gallagher in the January transfer window, even on as a loan, why not? But before I move on to the last question I want to ask, I do want to touch up on the Elliot Anderson point. Yeah, you're right. There might be this, Forest, which is a great side. They're really struggling at this moment in time, but they are a good side. Right now, they are in a bit of a turbulent phase. They've had to let go of managers. Their owner is right now going through a bit of a tough time. It might not be a bad idea for United to at least test the market and test Nottingham Forest and see how they want to restructure themselves. Do they want to let go of an Elliot? Yeah, they might value him at 100 M's, but you never know. I think if you test the waters and given the circumstances, if they're currently 19th, and yeah, the season's only just begun and we still have a long ways to go, but 11 games in and being 19th is obviously a not a good place you want to be, especially how good they were last season. So I think this is a good opportunity for us to go, hey, why not? Let's test the waters. But that's my thoughts on Elliot Anderson. But Ashworth, I have one more question for you because there is somebody else waiting and I want to give them time as well. But Ashworth, what do you think is the most important thing that Manchester United have to work on right now? What's the most important thing? Because obviously last season was such a tough season for many of us Man United fans who felt drained and tired. But this season we're seeing things that, there's sparks of brightness and we're seeing the improvements. Do you think this is false hope? Do you think that there's actually certain things that we're improving on? And what do you think that we need to continue to improve on as a squad?
Maybe one thing that I always used to say about United, like not now, even since 2015 or 2014, since I was watching this club, is that the players will just do what they can do. It's up to the management and the board who to make sure that they have a good platform for them to flourish. So right now, in terms of what they could do better, maybe right now, overall the management at last it's good, but now players needs to have that ability to to go through these bad phases and come out and be this consistent. Because yes, we drew the last two games, but what I really loved about our team in that time is that we didn't lose hope when we were down.
So
if
yes, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, so if they continue doing this, I know that's the biggest ask and biggest issue that I feel it's more of the mental side of it. If they could just do this mentality on a regular basis, at least to a next 4-5 games, then that itself is enough. Like one win changes the whole scenario. We remember how we were in the first international break, and now it's totally different. So it's just more of the mental side of it.
Absolutely. I think you're spot on. Of course, it's easier said than done. The mentality aspect, especially when you're talking to a squad of 20-something players that has had to endure one of the worst seasons, if not the worst season as a Manchester United player. Yes, they are obviously a massive factor in the results. Of course, they're the players playing on the pitch, but at the end of the day, they're also human beings, and the mental exhaustion and the battles that they had to go through this season. We were hoping for a lot better, and we are seeing that. But you're spot on. It has to be that mental fortitude to be able to go one game at a time. You mentioned that one game can change a whole bunch of things, and it changes the outcome of so many games that follow, that rhythm and momentum. And right now we're obviously in an international break, but we are going to be reaching the rough patch that is December, and that being resolute and being sharp mentally and focused and composed is huge. Yeah,
that's 100%.
Yeah, Ashworth, I just want to say thank you once again for joining us. Appreciate you, my man.
Thank you, John. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Shouts out to Ashworth, man. W's in the chat for Ashworth. Whoa. Y'all join her. Armand Doom says, I can't stop farting. Okay, if you're going to call in, Dr. M is on call. He's waiting. So we're going to bring on Dr. M very shortly. But if you're on call, if you're going to join us, And if you start farting on call, ban. You're out. You're out. I'm not. I guarantee you, if you fart and I can hear it through the mic, that smell is gonna come through here, and I don't want none of that. So if you're gonna fart first and then come on the show. Okay, fart first and then join the stream. All right, because we don't want no farting going on up in here. I love when y'all fart. You gotta fart. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? But don't do it on the stream. Okay. Yeah. Radius in the chat says, a call-in show when I'm super busy at work. Not PD. Why do you schedule when I'm busy? Well, because you keep calling me not PD. That's why. The waiting room in the chat says Dr. M is a lady. Oh, okay. Wait, how do you know? Are you Dr. M? Okay, cool. Okay, it looks like the waiting room is Dr. M. So okay. Okay, sorry. I couldn't really see the profile picture here. All right, let's bring on the lady, Dr. M. Dr. M, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Dr. M. Hello. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, Dr. M. Well, what would you like to talk about?
I just have one question. Well, first of all, I can't believe I'm here, and I'm excited. Number two, what's your prediction for the next 5 games? Because I think we're gonna get 11 out of 15.
Good question. So I think that was one of the topics. I think that was one of the main conversations. And look, we've been talking about the United Strand. Shouts out to Frank a lot, but that was one of the main conversations because I think I think it was Sky Sports that was building it up. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's going to be sort of on the easier side of the fixtures. If I'm not mistaken, I just want to pull it up here so we can all kind of take a look at it together. 1 second, Doc. Hold on.
No problem.
So yeah, let's pull it up right here. So everybody watching at home, you guys can follow along with myself and Dr. M here. We have obviously Everton as soon as we come back from international break, followed by Crystal Palace, and then West Ham, and then Wolves, and then Bournemouth. The next 5 games look, with the greatest respect to the aforementioned clubs, it looks to be a little bit more on the less intense side, if I may. So to answer your question, Doc, you mentioned 11 out of 15. Let me throw it back to you first, Doc. Where are we getting these points?
So I feel like Wolves, West Ham, and Everton.
Okay.
I feel like those 3 we can get wins there. It's Palace and Bournemouth. I'm like, we may be able to draw because with Palace for the past. If you look at the past 5 games with Palace, we've drawn 1, won 1, and lost 3, I believe. I'm not too sure about that, but we haven't had the best of running time in the past 2-3 years with them, so it's not going to be easy. But then again, they've lost Eze, they've lost somebody else, and fingers crossed we can get something from there. And it's away. We don't have the best run of form away from home, so I would walk away with the
Doc, you mentioned 11 out of 15, so I'm assuming you said Everton, West Ham, Wolves, we're getting all 9 points there, so you're saying that hopefully we walk away with the game against Crystal Palace with a draw. That's a point, and then the next point comes from Bournemouth.
Yes, exactly, because Semenyo, I'm Ghanaian, and so I know how he plays, and he's going to walk away with the goal there. And
that's awesome.
Gonna try and defend. So, but then again, it's at home. Fingers crossed we win that game. It's one of those maybe we get a point, maybe we get all 3. I don't know, but I'm positive we're not gonna lose anytime soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's. You mentioned Semenyo there, Antoine Semenyo, obviously. I'm gonna throw this question to you, Doc.
Yeah.
Semenyo to score and Bournemouth win?
No.
Or Manchester United?
No. I have a thing. As I said, I'm Ghanaian. But if we're playing against a team that has a Ghanaian, what I do expect is for them to score, but they're gonna lose. So, for example, if we're playing against Tottenham, I expect Kudus to score, but Spurs is gonna lose. Because afterwards I'll be mad you didn't score, but I'll be happy you won. I always walk away with that. I
Uh-huh.
always say this every time.
Well, Doc,
Oh,
it seems like people in the chat seem to agree with you because DB Cooper says 11 out of 15 would be just fine. I'm going to answer
Yeah.
your question by saying that I think we can get. I think 4 wins are locked in. I think every game. I think Everton we win. I think West Ham we win. I think Wolves game we win, and I also think that Bournemouth we can win. I agree
Yeah.
with you 100%. I think Crystal Palace is going to be the tricky game. If we
Yeah.
win against Crystal Palace, then we're 100% beating West Ham, Wolves, and Bournemouth. For sure. I think that's
Yeah.
the game that's going to really set us off on our run, if you will. Like I think it's gonna build us up.
Exactly. Because after that, the 5 after that, the only one the 5 after the first 5,
Mhm.
the only one I'm a bit iffy about is maybe Newcastle, but even they haven't been great. So I can be delusional enough to think we might walk away with a draw from them, or even a win because it's at home. The game versus Newcastle
Okay. Well,
and Leeds.
yeah. Go ahead.
I'm excited for that because it's a derby. It's some kind. It's rivals. I mean, we might as well beat them away. So, first game of the new year. I have another question, and it has to do with the World Cup.
Sure.
Every World Cup season, I always do this, and I know it's a lie. I'm delusional enough to believe this. I always say Ghana's gonna win the World Cup. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup next year?
Okay, well, real quick, before anything else, Doc, I just want to say I absolutely am a huge fan of your love and passion for Ghana. If there's any other Ghanaians in the house tonight, W's in the chat for Dr. M, because the love that she shows for Ghana, I love that. And you know what, Doc? It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. If you believe that Ghana's going to win the World Cup, even if you don't believe it, you can still feel that energy. You know what I mean?
No, there's people like me who also think that, but I'm correct to note that it's going to be difficult, very difficult. We
Of
did
course.
make it to the quarterfinals once, and I keep on saying the ref was paid off, and it was some sort of conspiracy theory. It broke my heart. It broke my heart, and God, I can't even. There's the Shakira song that came out in 2010 for the World Cup. I can't listen to it because it brings back those memories. I hate the song.
I feel you. I understand, Doc, completely. Rico A in the chat says, like your love for South Korea and Park Ji-sung. And I was going to answer your question, Doc, because yeah, I mean, the chances of South Korea winning the World Cup is very, very slim. But every World Cup I go into with so much love and pride for South Korea that I hope and pray we win every single time. I never, ever walk into a game thinking, oh, we're going to lose this. I always feel positive and upbeat. And I'm very... The way I support my national team is win or lose, I'm more happier and focused on the energy of the players and how much they give to the team. Even if the quality might not be there, even if we're getting pumped or whatever it is, for me, if they perform to the best of their abilities and they give their 110%, I think we can walk away with our heads held high, and that's always the mentality that I go into. So for me, I hope you feel the same with Ghana. I hope you feel the same sense of pride that I do, because for me, I love that.
I'm going to tell a quick story, then I'll be out of your hair.
Sure.
When we first qualified for the World Cup in 2006, I was a teenager. And I remember when we got kicked out round of 16 and they came back to Ghana. I lived not far from the airport in Accra. And I remember the crowd. People walked from far away all the way to the airport. It was packed. And I remember seeing like Michael Essien, Stephen Appiah, they came out and people were just cheering. Imagine the love. We got kicked out. We didn't care. It was like seeing them actually make it and represent in our country in the World Cup was like, and I know they inspire so many people and everybody and their dad every dad like within that period was kicking a football with their kid. They were like, yeah, my son's gonna be the next Michael Essien, like believe in that kind of shit. And I was like, hmm I thought I could be some sort of like next gen Sir Alex. I really thought I could, and I was like, my mom was like, please leave that alone. It's not happening. Stick to your plans. But I totally feel you about the whole pride and like the way they carry themselves, and it's just something else. I get myself pumped up every time,
Love that.
every work.
I love that. I love that. I think a lot of people around the world can probably relate to you in that sense, the sense of pride and passion and the love that you have for your nationality, your team, your national team, and you know it's a beautiful thing to see. But Doc, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. We're so grateful,
No
so
problem.
appreciate it, and yeah, come back soon.
I will
Okay,
definitely.
great.
Bye.
Bye. Take care. Hey, W's in the chat for Dr. M. Everybody, show some love to Dr. M, and of course, sending love to the Ghanaians who was showing her love in the chat. That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, a lot of people, maybe in England, might not feel the same way about the national teams because of the love that they have for their clubs, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. But there's also you also need to know that there's a lot of people around the world who have so much passion for their national teams, and you know, people say to me like, "Oh, John, like you're too crazy about South Korea." No, there's people like that all the time. There's people like that everywhere. So shouts out to Dr. M. We got 2 more callers here. I'm going to try and make this a little bit quick. I know, obviously, like I said, today is the first show that we're having back here in a very long time. So we're going to do these next 2 callers a little bit quicker, but I just want to jump into the chat a little bit before we go on to the calls. Alden says, bro, hugs from Zurich. Thank you for joining us from Zurich, Alden. Appreciate you. Surf Breacher says we're winning all of those 4 games. I think we're going to win all 5. Come on. Laugh till you pee says, how much for the number 13 Good Vibes John jersey? I'm sorry, but I'm not selling that one. That one's not for sale. This one. This is a football kit that I received from Juventus. The Juventus Football Club sent me this one. Shouts out to Juve. I don't have a Serie A team that I support, but hey, Forza Juve, yeah? Juventus, always grateful for this one. I have a bunch of these, but I don't know. I really like the kit, and I really like the contrast and the details on the name and the shirt, so... Forza Juve. All right, let me bring in the next caller here. And this caller has been waiting for a little bit, so let's see. Okay, I don't know. I can't tell the name here. It says L. Can you
wait? You can't see the name?
Yes. What's going on, my man? Can you give me your name, please, sir?
Okay, just call me Rohit because that's my actual name. Fine.
Oh, Rohit.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Okay, so I was listening into what Dr. M was saying and all that pride for Ghana, and I can't really talk about my country because football is not that great in India. But yeah, anyways, my question was typical Indian behavior. You have to look into the future, really, think about what happens next season and the season after that and stuff like that. So I was going through our squad depth, and there's a lot of areas that I have concerns with, but then I don't really talk about it because you gotta look solid in front of your friends that support other teams. But then I feel like we need a lot of players in different positions. What do you think is the next position or the bunch of next positions that we need to fill in the upcoming transfer window?
I really do think at this moment in time, like I mentioned earlier, I think the 2 positions that we really need to fill ASAP is the 6th position. I think the DM is key. I think Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes have been great for us. I think Casemiro maybe has had a better season so far than Bruno. Maybe some might argue, but nonetheless, both have been very important because clearly Ruben Amorim needs them and relies on them a lot, right? But when you think about our backup afterwards, when you look onto the bench, like you mentioned, the squad depth, Kobbie Mainoo is looking more likely than ever that I think he's probably going to be going out on loan in January. And Manu Ugarte, for one reason or another, is not relied upon. And there was a report that surfaced today where our good friend of the channel, Laurie Whitwell, reported that at some point last season, Ruben Amorim exploded at Manu Ugarte and was furious at his complacency and his lack in desire to really try and improve, according to the report. If that's the case, and if both of those midfielders are not going to be, I mean, even out of the two, one's going out on loan and Ugarte is not a six that Ruben Amorim seems to rate, then we need to jump into the market. And I think DM is key. We need to bring in somebody ASAP. And then also can be said, the same can be said for the left wingback position. You know how much respect and love I got for somebody like Diogo Dalot. I think he's an incredible professional. But from the football side of things and a consistency perspective, it's been up and down, and that's something that I've talked about many a times. I've addressed that issue many a times. I even talked about it when Diogo Dalot went out on loan to AC Milan. I said the same thing. I said we need somebody that's consistent as a right back or a left back or whatever it is. And Patrick Dorgu, he's bright and he's got lots of potential, but he's nowhere near there yet in terms of securing and cementing that left wing back position. You know, so I think in order of category, I think it's the DM position, and then I think it's the six. What about you?
Yeah, DM is first, and then I don't know how bad Sesko's injury is right now, and that is scary. I feel like Cunha will have to play striker, and then behind him is probably Zirkzee and Ciro B. Martin. So we'll probably. I always feel like we need like a older, experienced striker, and my mind goes back to Welbeck all the time. So I would like Welbeck. I don't know what everybody thinks of Welbeck, because he's been he came from our academy and then left later. Now he's doing really good in Brighton. I don't know how how good they are with dealing with transfers with players like Welbeck. I don't know, but I just feel like Welbeck is a good choice. I don't know.
That's a great shout.
But yeah, I feel like striker is.
That's a great shout. That guy Welbs. Absolutely. Rohit, would you let me ask you this, Rohit. If we had a chance to sign Welbeck on loan, would you bring him this January transfer window?
For a half season loan, yeah, but I would like him for a full season.
You want to go further? You want to go further later? You want to go further than that? Okay.
Yeah, that's.
I like that.
Give him some time, man. Give him some time. Let him. Give Šeško all the knowledge that he can give, and then he leaves, and then the whole striking department is ready for the future.
Oh, that's sick. I love that. Learning from that guy Welbs. I love that. Yo, Rohit, thank you so much for joining us on the call today. Appreciate you, my man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Sure.
Thank you. Shouts out to Rohit. Thank you, Hari, for subscribing. I love that take from Rohit there. Wow, bringing that guy Welbs. I welcome bringing him on a loan for sure, especially because we think that Zirkzee is gonna probably head off to some sort of loan move. I think West Ham was a club that was being linked with him. I also think I saw something with Roma. I can't remember, but I think more so Cubby than Zirkzee, but for sure I think Zirkzee is going to be going on loan. And if that's the case, they'll bring him on 6 months. Rohit seems to want him for longer than that, but yeah, let's bring him. Why not? Let's bring him. Orion Pack Sentinel says, what time is it in your country right now? It is currently almost 7 o'clock here, 7 p.m. Alden Zuli says, which is the app to call in, bro? It is on Discord. I'm gonna, you know what I should do is I should probably leave like an instruction thing for the screen so that you guys can I don't have to constantly keep reposting and you guys don't have to be scrolling. But here we go. I'm gonna just post a generic thing that we've been, boom, and then for the IG fam, boom. Okay, but anyways, let me bring in the next caller. This is a caller that's been joining us for quite some time now. Okay, Ide. Okay, Ida, can you hear me? He's been waiting for quite some time, so I don't know if he can hear us, but... Okay, Ida, can you hear me? Oh, okay, Ida. Maybe he went to the bathroom. Okay, Ida, can you hear me? Oh, okay, Ida, I think he went to the bathroom. Oh, well, let's bring in our next caller because we don't want to waste time here. Our next caller, Jason, 23 is Jason. Jason, can you hear me?
Yep.
Jason, what's going on, my man?
Nothing, just chilling. I think just looking how like the team is playing and everything, I like it. the Tottenham game, I wasn't really up to see it because I was sleeping and it was like early in the morning. But I saw it, we drew, and I was just like, okay, like, all right, we could have did better watching the highlights and everything. And then I was just like, how I think certain players were playing were just like, I was just like, what's that? It was like, what is that? I think Ugarte came on, and then like kind of the substitutions were something that was a little questionable, but I don't know. I'm not a coach and everything, so I was just like, yeah, these substitutions are a little weird. But I want to see what your take was on it, the substitutions on the Tottenham game.
Jason, but actually, I want to throw it back to you. You mentioned that the substitutions felt weird. Can I ask you exactly what you mean by weird?
I think it was when Ugarte came on. I think like he's a good player, but like just when he came on, I just thought the game was just like the midfield was kind of just like disorganized a little bit, and I was just like, I think Kobe should have came on for. I think.
So you think the correct substitution there was Kobe Mainoo instead of Manu Ugarte?
I 100% think so.
Okay. I mean that's
then,
completely valid.
Yeah, I think he did take. Forgot who he took off, but I think he took off someone else. I just can't remember. But the other substitution was just a little weird. I don't remember who it was exactly, but I think we should have played a little kind of defensive against Tottenham after a while.
Well, just so that everybody else that was listening in, that's listening in now, you can follow along. You asked who else came off. Well, we had to bring off Harry Maguire because he was injured. We brought off Mazraoui. We brought off Patrick Dorgu, and we brought off Matheus Cunha. But to answer your question, I don't think Kobe was in the squad, if I'm not mistaken. Chat, you can correct me on that, because I'm looking at the squad. I don't think I see his name. I think he was injured. And the other substitutions, Mazraoui was his first start in a long time, so he only had 60 minutes left in the tank, that's for sure. Harry Maguire, like I mentioned, was an injury. I think the main question that a lot of people had was why bring off Patrick Dorgu, and I think my rationale, just to answer your question, was I think he took off Patrick Dorgu because he was on a yellow card, and Patrick Dorgu was getting bombed down on that left hand side. He was getting a lot of pressure, and I think that was one of those things where it was more of a safer call, and I thought it was the right call. Let me ask you this, Jason. For me, I thought the substitutions were completely valid. We were controlling the game, and we were 2-1 up. Of course, hindsight is 20/20, but I felt like Casemiro's legs were going. What, don't you think that was the case? Do you think Casemiro should have stayed on?
I think now looking back at it, I think his legs were going, and I think to tie back to the previous caller, the the transfer market. I think a DM should be something that we should be kind of looking forward. I think, like you said, what was it? Kobe Mainoo might leave on loan. I want him to stay. I would wish I could just go over to Manchester and give all my money to Ruben Amorim and be like, all right, let him stay. Money, house, whatever you want, just let him stay. But being realistic and not delusional, I think that we should be looking forward to saying, hey, transfer market, what DM can we buy or get on loan? I think the left wing back position is also something else.
Yeah.
Kobe Mainoo is good. Of course, he's highly rated and everything, but the fact that he was just, he was on a yellow card.
You mean Patrick Dorgu?
Yeah, Dorgu, my fault.
No, you're good.
Dorgu is someone he's good. He's rated highly. And I just think that Dalot is just I just don't think he's able to do that job necessarily on either left or right side. I think Ahmed is good on I think it's right side, right wing back that he plays, I think. Yeah. And I think Patrick Dorgu is someone who should have a kind of, I guess, what is the word I'm looking for? We should find someone for Patrick Dorgu. Like he should play matches, but we should also have someone saying, hey, who could we get to replace Patrick Dorgu with when he comes off? Not Dalot, because Dalot, I don't think he's able to do that job correctly.
Okay. And
then I think we should renew Harry Maguire's contract. I
Mm.
think
Okay.
Harry Maguire should stay. Yes, he's a little older, but I feel like that olderness gives more of that experience as well to the younger center backs, as in Euro and any other young center back that we have that I can't really, remember. But I think Luke Shaw should also go. That's something that I kind of been pressing a little bit after the Europa League match and everything. I think that yes, we have Martinez, but if he gets injured again, that's really it. But I think we should at least get a new DM, new wing back, and just kind of replace kind of the older Wood, except Maguire, because I kind of like Maguire now, even though I liked him, but it was very on and off. But I think we should kind of start getting rid of the older players and the
Okay.
players that are not really doing well. But that's just my opinion. I'm not.
No, that's cool. That's cool. We're all here enjoying the opinions, and if anything else, Jason, I want to thank you for being respectful when you were sharing these thoughts, because that's very important to me, and I just want to take my time to say thank you, because it is important that we talk about the things that we believe in. You know what I'm saying? It's your opinion. But before I let you go, Jason, you mentioned a whole bunch of names there. You mentioned somebody like Luke Shaw, who you think might have to leave. You mentioned Diogo Dalot, but in terms of the priority, where do you think is the most pressing area that Manchester United need to sign? If we go into the January transfer window and say, "Hey, Jason, we're going to sign one player," you don't have to specifically name the player to me, but what position do you think needs to be addressed first more than anything else?
This is something I had a conversation about my friend about not so long ago. I would say the midfield.
Okay.
Honestly, I think yes, the midfield is good. Mason Mount can kind of play that deeper position, if I'm not wrong. But I think Bruno should also have another substitution. Like, if Bruno comes off, who could we put on for him besides some like Mason Mount or Ugarte if he's still there? But I think the midfield is something that we should address and kind of put all the pots on the stove for that, and just be like, all right, Ruben, fix the midfield. Who do you want in this midfield? Because I think, like you said, there's a report about Ugarte and everything, and maybe he might leave. Who knows? What if he's like, all right, it's coach doesn't like me. Bye, guys. See you later. Casemiro's kind of getting older. Bruno kind of has these off and off, on and off type games where he will play like a prime Bruno, and then the next match he's just like, okay, cool. I just feel like playing, whatever. So it's that midfield that kind of needs to be addressed and everything like that.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I think we're a little bit thin with respect to the midfield, and I think it's imperative that we bring in somebody to help either Bruno or Casemiro or both. Yeah, but Jason, thank you so much for calling, man. I appreciate you.
Of course, take care.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate that. Thank you, guys. I know we're a little bit tight on time, but we still have some callers left. So I'm going to try to move through the next set of callers a little bit quickly. And then the next three will be the last three sets of callers. And then we'll call it a night for today's stream. But I'm thoroughly enjoying these. I think Mapuka said, what if we leave the callers to only have 3 minutes? I was thinking about setting a timer, but I don't know. I want to make sure that people at least have a chance to really say what they need to. Sometimes it might drag a little bit longer. But yeah, either way, I think today's callers had a chance to really, really, truly speak their minds. Yeah, because we didn't really have a timer. Excuse me. Oh, my throat's getting choked up here. But yeah, but anyways, let's bring on the next caller here. Okay, Ide, we're gonna try you one more time. I saw you in the chat. Okay, Ide, we're gonna try one more time. Can you hear me? Oh, he's I'm bringing him into the room, and he's leaving the room. Okay, Ide, can you hear me? Okay, I think okay, Ide, something's wrong with his setup. It's not working for him. Okay, Ide, we'll figure it out another time, yeah? Let's bring on the next caller. Dr. Mix-a-Lot. Doc, we've had a conversation recently. Doc, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Doc, what's going on?
Come on, brother. You doing all right?
Yeah, I just want to say I love your voice.
Thanks, man. Thank you. So I'm a Bayern Munich content creator. Big fan of Bayern Munich. And I have the perfect midfielder for you.
Okay.
All right. Box to box,
Okay.
strong, disciplined, is a proven winner. How does that sound to you?
Okay, Doc. It sounds too good to be true. I'm gonna be honest with you. It sounds too good to be true. But
Champions League winner.
Okay, keep selling me. Okay, keep selling me.
Champions League winner.
Okay.
German heritage.
Okay.
I think the perfect player. So let me preface this by saying first, I fell in love with football because of David Beckham. First off, full stop. When he was at Manchester United, I fell in love with it, and then I eventually pivoted to Bayern Munich. Okay, back in 2002.
Okay.
I think the perfect midfielder for Manchester United right now is Leon Goretzka.
I knew you were gonna say Goretzka. I knew it. I knew it. All right.
Am I wrong?
Okay, well, all right. Well, look, Doc. You obviously you're a Bayern Munich fan, and of course, you create content about Bayern Munich, so you clearly know way much more about Goretzka. But I can't really tell if Goretzka is the right move. If I had to pick, I would pick a Kimmich, but younger.
Back up. No, you're not touching Captain Kimmy. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The thing is, okay, so you guys have a Casemiro that's aging.
Okay.
Right? An Ugarte that's not as well developed as people wanted him to be. Goretzka's right in between them, bro. He's right in between them. He's a little bit younger than Casemiro. He's a destroyer. He can play center back when he needs to. I truly think he would make more freedom for Bruno Fernandes to move forward.
Interesting. All right. Well, before we go on, Doc, I just want to leave that to the chat. Chat, get involved. Let us know. What do you think about Doc's take here? Do you think Manchester United should move for somebody like a Leon Goretzka? I'm telling you right now, Doc. He's 30 years old. Yeah, obviously he's younger than Casemiro, but do I think he's going to be the solid solution going forward?
Is he better than what you have now?
Respectfully, I think Casemiro is better.
Oh my days. Are we serious? That's probably true.
But yeah, no.
Big fan, John. I appreciate your time, man.
Doc, thank you so much. Doc, wait, before I let you go, Doc, one quick question. Question, Doc. Okay. You said you've been supporting Bayern Munich since 2002.
Yeah, brother.
That's quite a long time there. Is there any memories in particular that come to mind? Because I want to learn more about the Bundesliga, and of course, I want to learn more about Bayern Munich as well. But maybe any moments earlier than times, the 2000s that spring into your mind.
Yeah. So a part of the reason I joined, so I was born and raised in North Carolina, like in the country.
Cool.
And it was my first time going to Europe, and I saw the phrase "Mia San Mia," which just means we are who we are.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that just resonated with me, being like, so obviously you probably don't know, but I'm of Syrian descent. Growing up in North Carolina, I knew I was different. So seeing that resonate with me, and just seeing the culture that they have built around that meant a lot to me. So that's a part of the reason why, man. I was like 16 years old at the time, and it just resonated like that to me. And the Bundesliga, I'm not sure how familiar you are with the 50+1 rule, but it makes things a lot more competitive. I know obviously Bayern's going to be, the best there is out there, but even everything underneath, there's always a time for a team to have that spark plug moment like Leverkusen had, 2 years ago, that they're able to just, go crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why I always appreciate the Bundesliga.
Yeah, to many fans that are aware of the 50+1, or if you're not aware of the 50+1, I think it's a very unique circumstance that we find ourselves in, especially in this modern era where something like that still can exist and still can be a successful model for how a league can run. And I always have a lot of respect for Bundesliga and, of course, the German clubs for, maintaining that. But, Doc, thank you so much for calling in. You should call in whenever you can. I'd love to chat with you a little bit more.
I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Doc.
See you, Johnny.
Shouts out to the Doc. He's I've seen him pop up here and there, and he's always been very supportive of what we've been doing here. And I like he said, he also is a content creator. He focuses on Bayern Munich. So, and us here, the Immaculate Collective, we got love for Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich is a friend of the channel. They show us a lot of love here. So shouts out to Bayern Munich and shouts out to the Doc. Let me see some more comments here before I bring in the last caller, who is awaiting eagerly to get involved in the chat. Let's see. Mabuka says, it's okay. We're going for Baleba and Anderson. Hell no. He does not want Leon Goretzka. Yo, I'm not going to lie to you. Doc, when Doc was talking about Goretzka, I knew where he was going, but he kind of had me sold a little bit. This is why I can't go to I can't watch I'm a sucker. I get sold on things super easily. You know what I mean? Like he was kind of getting me there. You know, he was selling me just a little bit, just a bit. I knew he was going to talk about Goretzka, but hey, unless it's Kimmich, I don't want any midfielders from Bayern Munich right now. Give me Kim Min-jae, give me Kimmich, and give me Harry Kane. Hey, give me Michael Elise as well. Then we'll talk. Then we'll talk, Doc. Doc's Metin in the chat says Bayern are winning everything this season. My prediction for the Champions League winner earlier on in the season was Bayern Munich to win the Champions League. So, all right, we'll see. And Rohit says I like Goretzka, but are we getting Goretzka to play backup to Casemiro and Bruno? I don't even think we want to back up at this moment in time. No. Let's see. DB Cooper says, if we were looking for the most swole midfielder, sure, but no thanks. Katie Marie in the chat says, my German fan in me is biased, so I'll stay out of it. Nah, Katie, join up. Screw it. We'll go with the bias. Let's do it, you know? All right, let me stop wasting time. Let me bring in the last caller here. Hello, Alden. Can you hear me?
Hi, bro. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, what's going on, man? Talk to me.
Yeah, all good, all good. I'm calling from Switzerland. I just had a football game tonight, and it was the winning feeling, bro. It's such amazing. We won 5-1. I scored one. I played like a left back, but the feeling, I think we won the last 3-4 games. It's just different. It's just different. Yeah, the winning feeling is amazing. It's amazing, bro. Yeah.
Look, Alden, it doesn't matter where you play. You could play left back, right back, goalkeeper. You're part of the team. I play center back. I play left back. I play DM. I play everywhere, wherever you need me. If we're winning, like you said, I agree. The winning feeling is sensational.
Bro. I'm with you. I'm really like old style. Like just put me on the field. I can play everywhere. I just want to play. You know, I just want to do everything for the team. I'm running. I'm 38, but I'm running like a 20 year. I mean, I'm feeling so good. Yeah. You know, I got my metric actually. I'm running like 9.5 kilometers, you know, per game. You know, it's fucking good.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah. Just being healthy, man. Just being healthy and doing what we love. I mean, supporting Man United, watching Man United, and playing. Just like kids, you know.
Absolutely, Alden. I think it's so important that, you know, and we talk a lot about age here because a lot of the community is you know, around our age in our 30s and even 40s or 50s, and you know, it doesn't matter what age you are, you can always find a way to take care of your health. You know, you don't necessarily all have to be like Alden running 9 kilometers, you know, but it's good to take care of your health however you can, whenever you can, you know. Is there anything else you wanted to talk to me about, or you just wanted to pop on here and flex the fact that you won 5-1?
No, actually, I want to talk. I mean, I came a bit late. I came just 30 minutes back home, and but on Leon, I mean, I'm okay. But maybe 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, Leon Goretzka will be okay. But I'm with you on Bayer. I will do Kimmich. Kimmich is for me. I mean, Kimmich is the master god.
I would have loved him if he was younger.
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. But I don't know if someone told in the chat, but I think Manu Kone from Roma, the France guy, he played in Mönchengladbach 3 years. He's such a good boy, and what I like because Gasperini went from Atalanta, he plays our system, like Amorim system 3-5-2. You know,
okay.
Gasperini plays, and Manu Kone is. I mean, no one is talking about him, but the value is about 30-40 million, I think. But he's such a good bowler. It's really for France. I don't know if you watched him, bro, sometimes, but Manu Kone is a French guy. He played 3 years in Mönchengladbach, and now he's since 2 years in Rome. And he's really a good bowler. And he played for France as well in the last 2-3 games, actually. He's only 24. He's still young. He's really an amazing bowler. Look, I'm living in Switzerland. I grew up in South. I speak 6 languages, and I watch all the league because I love football. Of course, I'm a Mancunian, and my weekends are planned just for Man U. But I watch still Serie A, La Liga. I've been in different places, and Manu Kone is really amazing. And they're, I think Rome is as well. They're really in good shape, and they don't concede goals. And he's playing. He's a sixer. You know, he's on the play. He plays on the position of Casemiro. And I see him really like he could have a bright, amazing future. I mean, you will see. You will see. I think next summer he will go for big money somewhere. I'm quite sure.
Yeah, we'll take a look at Manu Kone. I was while you were speaking, I just took a look at just to kind of share the information with the chat in case nobody
Yeah.
knows. I actually don't really know much about him. Manu Kone, 24 years old, like you mentioned, he's playing for Roma. I actually did watch a Roma game. I don't early this year. I can't remember what it was, but Roma are like you said, they're playing very well. They're joint.
Yeah.
Well, they're second in the table, but they're joint equal on points with Inter Milan at 24.
Yeah.
They have been
They
flying.
conceded only 5 goals. Yeah, they conceded only 5 goals. And you know what I like? Because I follow, as I told you, I grew up in South Switzerland. My mother language is Italian. Actually, and I watch sometimes Serie A. I mean, although it's slow, but I watch my guy Erasmus, our guy. I mean, I love to watch Scott as well sometimes. And the point is really, Gasperini's play. He made the history for Atalanta. Atalanta was nowhere. Atalanta was like Leicester. I mean, no one was speaking about Atalanta. He made some amazing things. He's an amazing coach, and his team is playing with tenacity. And he plays all the way the system 3-4-3, 3-5-2, and this. It could be quite an amazing fit because he's playing the system. He knows the system. That means for him is not a big change. And just keep it on the list. Keep it on the list. I'm sure this guy will go for big money somewhere. And I hope Manu. And what I watch, I don't know you, but tomorrow is Orozco is playing with Colombia. I'm super excited. I never see a game of Orozco. He's playing in the World Cup under 16, under 17. I think he's with Ecuador. No, Colombia or Ecuador. I still the young guy that we took here. You remember the young guy from Colombia that we took, and he's playing tomorrow against France. I'm trying to watch the game. I hope just to see the. I mean, I know he's young, but we took him like in the prospect in the future. He's playing actually like a midfield 6 or Orozco. Yeah, Orozco is called. Yeah, the young guy. I'm super excited. I think tomorrow at 2:00 Swiss time is playing. He's playing against France.
Okay.
It's the under 17. You know, the under 17. The World Cup is now, and he's playing Orozco. We have to have a look. If you have time, bro, tomorrow, just have a look at him, and I will do the same.
Yeah, we'll do.
Actually, yeah. Well, we took him. I don't know if you heard it. It was like 2 months ago, I think. We took the young guy. The Orozco is called. Yeah, Orozco. You know, he's only 16, but I think Apparently, he played amazing against Germany. I didn't watch the game, but I just read some stuff that he played amazing against Germany like 1 week ago. Yeah, just looking forward. But let's stick it there, bro.
You said Roscoe?
Orozco, yeah, Orozco. Yeah.
Orozco. I'm not too sure about him, but okay, I'll take a look. I'll take a look. Alden, thank you so much for calling. Appreciate you, my man.
Hey, bro. Hugs from Switzerland.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thanks. Bye, my friend.
Shouts out to Alden checking in from Zurich. He mentioned Colombia, Orozco. I couldn't find it. I might have to have him get in the chat and let me know. But yeah, it seems like he's well versed in his football. And you know, the one thing that I really liked hearing from Alden was, you know, the thing where he talked about being 38 and still playing football. You know, look, of course, as we get older and of course as we find ourselves, you know, with less time, with less energy, and that's just life and it's how it works. But that should never, ever stop you from pushing, and that should never, ever stop you from stopping what you enjoy doing, especially if it's a physical side of things and you want to get active and you want to play footy. Find a way. I met somebody that was like, it was on the older side. It was a gentleman that was on the older side, and he was sad because he was getting injured too often, and he felt like one of the reasons why he was getting injured so much was because he was playing with a younger crowd, and he was like, he couldn't keep up with the intensity. And I was like, look, I feel you 100%. I'm obviously a lot younger, but yeah, it gets scary, man. But there's a group, there's an age group, there's an appropriate group for there's a will, there's a way, you know. And if you enjoy doing what you want to do, go ahead. And from with respect to the football side of things, hey, a nice run out, you know, getting your sweat on, you know, it'll give you a good opportunity to, you know, get some exercise. You know what I mean? But anyways, Emily joining us. What's going on, Emily? Christian Orozco. Oh, I thought he said Rosso or something. Oh my goodness. Oh, I completely forgot. I completely forgot he's gonna play. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, all right, Alden. Okay, you know what you're talking about. Okay. Sifa Nalut says we should get Kimmich. He's 30 and has 3 years without decline. Well, I don't think Bayern Munich will ever let Kimmich go. That's a Bayern man. That's a Bayern man through and through. Yeah. But I think that's it for today, guys. It's obviously a little bit longer than I intended and a little bit longer than I wanted, but I had a good time. It's fun. I love listening to y'all talking. I love listening to you guys chiming in and just calling and talking, you know. Of course, talking about football is the main reason why we're doing the show, but I also love hearing your stories, you know, like for example, like Dr. M, when she called in to talk about, you know, going to see the Ghanaian team when they came back after being eliminated from the round of 16 and the entire country basically pulling up to Accra to show love and, you know, traveling long distances. Like, those are the stories I absolutely love hearing. You know, that's awesome. But guys, it's been an hour and 25 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Today was a lot of fun for me. We're going to do more of these. I think next time, who was it? I can't remember. I think it was Sapuka. Who was it? Oh, it was Mapuka. I might actually put a timer on here just so that you guys are also all being, you know, given equal opportunity to be able to, you know, have the time to jump on the call and chat. I think that's also important that I respect everybody's time in that regard, as much as I want to sit here and listen to every single one of you guys for hours on end. But yeah, that's it for me for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed today's live call show. We're going to do these every Wednesday at 6 p.m. here. Shouts out to J-Rock for joining us. You guys are all welcome to join us as long as, like I said, as long as you guys call in, be respectful and mindful of the conversations that we have. And that's it, man. That's all I care about, you know? Ibrahim says, do more of these fireside chats. Ibrahim, I'm going to do a lot more of these every week. We're going to do these. Yeah. You guys can come join us whenever, wherever. Somebody was also telling me that they wanted to hear some of your favorite content creators on the call-in shows. I might bring them on just straight up podcasts so that you guys can come join us and just do podcasts instead. But I mean, so you guys can just join us as part of the chat while we're doing live podcast shows with the content creators. But yeah, we're going to do more of these. I'm very happy with today. I think more and more folks will like the schedule, and more folks will join us on this show. And I also learned a lot from today's stream. Like, for example, I need to make sure I get enough sleep. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to be jumping onto these live shows literally right after I finish work. So I need to make sure I'm in tip top shape. You know what I mean? Daniel Cora in the chat says, first time in your live. Thank you for joining us, Daniel. Appreciate you. Sifa Nalut says, see ya, Unk. And I think that's a great place for us to leave it, guys. Thank you all so much for all your love and support as always. Obviously, we reached 15,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's a huge accomplishment for me, and I can't be any more grateful to all of you guys who's been showing me love and support over the years. It's been absolutely phenomenal. I'm so happy with my graphic. I'm so proud of it. Look at this. Y'all right here for the wide viewers and for the vertical viewers right here. Boom, 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 boom. The horizontal, the landscape, all that stuff. Yeah. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If you guys are brand new, please hit that notification bell so you guys are always staying up to date when we're dropping brand new content, which, by the way, a lot of new things are going to be coming for y'all real soon. The schedule is up now on Instagram. Go take a look. Put it in your calendar so you guys are up to date. Hit the notification bell. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, thank you guys so much. Like, share, subscribe, do all of that stuff. Comment below. Let us know if you guys enjoyed the live call-in show as well. And yeah, that's it. Be happy, be healthy, take care of all your loved ones. And until next time, we'll see y'all later. Good night.